Welcome to Little Rascals, the pedagogical series that Nick Walker of Ahuntsic College and I have put together to keep the pedagogical flames burning between Rascals conferences each year in June. So today I have the pleasure to speak with Joanna Wang-Cardinal on the topic of online tools for teaching ESL. And the question that we're going to look at is, what are some effective online tools to use with your ESL learners at all levels? So Joanna will talk to us about some of the things that she's using with great success at her college, and including Google Forms, which she uses to upload materials to students. She finds it an amazing tool that we wouldn't think of using for pedagogical applications. Flipgrid, which is another tool that she's learned about for having students share their video recordings in one nice place. She also created a YouTube channel so she could deliver her teaching online that she's having fun doing, and also the ever-present Zoom, which is becoming more and more popular these days. And so let's now jump into the Zoom exchange I had with Joanna. So take it away. Hello, Johanna. It's great to have you with us today.
Hi, Frank. Thanks for inviting me.
Wonderful. And where do you teach, Johanna?
At the Collège de Valleyfield in Valleyfield.
In Valleyfield, Quebec. Excellent. So today you're going to be talking about some tools, some online tools that have been very helpful to you in your teaching over the last several weeks.
Yes, for sure.
Great. So please tell us about some of the things that have been working for you.
Okay, well, I'm going to share my screen, and I just want to zone in on three tools that I've been using for the last 3 weeks. First is Google Forms. You have to sign into Google, obviously, but thank God for younger colleagues, because one of my younger colleagues, he gave me a tutorial on how to do Google Forms. And this is just a screenshot. I actually posted my reading assignments this morning. What I do is I create quizzes and, well, or assignments, whatever, but you can have multiple choice, long text answers, short answers, true, false. You can embed video, you can embed articles. It's really good. I'm getting the students used to using Google Forms because the final exam is going to be in that format. And I'm a visual person, so out of my 4 of my 5 classes, I have color coding. So I always use the same colors for each of the courses. So then I know immediately when I look at green, it's going to be my Thursday beginner class, for example.
Smart.
Yes. And the next thing I'm going to share is Flipgrid. Now, Flipgrid, what I'm looking for is that the students don't have to jump through hoops to sign up, to download, to create an account. All of these that I'm talking about don't require those. They just require a link from the teacher. So I teach business English as one of the classes, and one of the requirements is getting job preparation going. So for their job portfolio, I have used, and I am using, because their assignments are due this week, video CV upload. So beauty of Flipgrid, and again, it's another young colleague who showed me how to do this. The beauty of that, it's all the videos are all in one place. I can just click right through them, go boom, 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 boom. It doesn't take up valuable data on Leia. I'm not inundated in my college email with all of these videos. So I have 24 students. So I can just watch them one by one, and they're stored there, and it's really convenient. So I already had one student who uploaded, and I tested it. It works great, and it stays there. And all they need is the link.
Just let me ask you, Johanna, the video, is it simply the student who's talking, or would the student record that video?
Well, there's two ways. They can record it on their devices, their phones, their whatever, video cams, whatever, or they can actually record directly on Flipgrid if they don't have the technology. So they just need to have a camera and they can do that. So there's two ways they can do that, and they just upload it onto Flipgrid. So I think it's really convenient. Did I answer your question?
Yes, just a bit of a follow-up on that. Could they actually share, let's say, a screen on their computer, like a Google slide or something like that, in addition to the video?
I have no idea. I just know that Flipgrid is great for posting videos, and that's what my colleague told me.
Video of the student talking.
Yes, of the student talking. Not so much like what we would do in Zoom, like we're doing right now, that I'm sharing my screen and talking through that. I suppose they could record themselves. I know that there's other websites that could do that you can share your screen and record it. But Flipgrid is exclusively for existing videos with the student talking.
And you're using that for what purpose again, Johanna?
It's for business students to upload their video CVs, and that eliminates the use of data on my Leia space and on my getting inundated with a lot of emails in my college email inbox.
Fantastic. You're working smartly, it seems.
Yeah, I'm trying, because the first week, to be honest, I didn't know I could even do remise des travaux in Leia. And so all the students were sending me everything on Neo, and I'm talking 3 different courses, 5 groups, and 130 students, and I literally had to open up folders and try to transfer and then download their work, and it was just crazy. So in one of our talks on Zoom with all the other teachers, someone said, there's remise des travaux, and that is a marvel. It just, downloads everything all in one file according to their family name and according to the class, and it's wonderful.
A question about security, Johanna. Zoom has really tightened up their security for recordings and for sessions. I know I just practiced, and I sent a Zoom recording to someone, and they needed to use a password to get into the video.
Yeah.
Are there any security issues here that students? I know students are more and more worried about having their names or their faces shown online. Is this very secure?
When you're talking about Flipgrid, I made it private, so it's exclusively to my group and whoever I would give the link to, and that would be the same thing for Zoom, I assume. So only my students, because if you see in the top here, there's a code. If you have that code, you can access this page. If you don't, you can't, as far as I know, because I checked that out as well. Yeah. As far as I know, it's pretty safe. And once I'm done the assignment, I'm just going to delete the entire page. So
fantastic. Yeah.
It's not going to stay.
Good. Okay.
And I do have one more thing. So what I do every week is I insist on, everybody in our department, we are meeting our students online, but I just took it one step further, because when we have classes, we're using the work out of the book, but I'm also doing the teaching, and the teaching part, because we can't force all the students to come to class. I always tell them, you're responsible to watch the teaching part if I'm doing grammar or whatever explanation for the assignment. And so I created a YouTube channel, and every time we're finished Zoom, I only record a certain part. And by the way, I only record what the students allow me to see. So if they don't want to be on there, I tell them in advance, I'm going to start recording in a moment. Turn off your webcams. You don't want to be on YouTube, but it's a private channel, and only students with the link can get to that channel. And anyway, it's not really pertinent to anybody wanting to access my little teaching for my beginners or whatever. So this is a screenshot that I took this morning, and it's by class. So people are really just going to click in, and it's really exclusively that section that I'm teaching. Some of it's longer, some of it's quite short. I even did a final oral project example over here, just to show my intermediates what could be possible for them. They're going to be teaching something for their final oral. So here I'm doing a technique that I do in class.
Excellent. And
Yeah.
I see, excuse me, Joanna, I see that your teaching video of April 17th ran for almost 25 minutes. So
Yes.
you're investing a lot of time. Have you found students actually going to the video, to the YouTube channel?
Going to the video, it depends on the video. Usually when I give instruction or I say I'm going to do this type of verb form and it's going to be on the final exam, then yeah, they're going to go on. And others really, because I post a lot on Leia as well. So
Okay, so you put the link to the YouTube clip in Leia or Mio. I guess you use Mio.
no, I put it on Leia as a one of the things that I list under my documents. They have the link. They have it anytime, and they can access previous classes. They just want to review whatever. I also use the time, which I don't record. It's the time for students to talk, to practice their speaking, because they have that final oral coming up. And if they want to take advantage of it, great. If they don't, well, then that's their loss, I guess.
Exactly.
I also Nick Walker, he talked about the breakout rooms and how you can pop in and out, and I've been doing that. It's just like being in class. You're listening in, you're correcting them, and then you pop out, and then so you get to hear them a little bit. And I think some of them have actually given me feedback. They really appreciate that.
Excellent. So let me just ask you about the settings in Zoom. One of my colleagues at Cégep de Saint Laurent said, well, how do I get those features? Because she has the basic version. Have they made it available in the basic free version, the breakout rooms?
Yes, because I signed up originally without my college account, and then I discovered that Zoom for the pandemic period would allow us to sign up with our college emails, and then we're getting I guess it's a version of the pro version for a limited time, and we get all of those settings for the pandemic period. Yes.
Okay, so you use that would be actually a fourth tool you're sharing with us, which is the Zoom, where you have students log in, you send them an invitation, and then you use that to look at their speaking and interact with them.
Exactly, and I plan to be using Zoom for their final oral so that we can meet in small groups and then everyone can present. And there's a bit of logistics there too, because if they want to have that video to share or PowerPoint to share, and maybe they don't have the technology in the small groups, I can say, send it to me in advance. I give a deadline, and I'll be the one controlling it, and I'll scroll through their PowerPoint and they'll talk through it, or I'll play their video because I can manipulate the sound and everything, make sure that works. Otherwise, it takes a lot of, it's a learning curve for some of them. Some of them are just on their phones. Some of them, maybe their microphone doesn't work or whatever. So we're still learning. We're still trying to get around how to do all the final oral stuff. Yes.
And tell me, we didn't mention the levels you're actually teaching at the Cégep.
Right. So I have a beginner B block. I have an intermediate A block. And I have business English. And now, business English is multi-level, so they have beginners to advanced.
Okay, one of the concerns at the Cégep Saint Laurent is that these lower level students have difficulty with the technology. Have you found that to be the case?
I can't say that it's the lower level students. I would say that in all honesty, not all the students are logging in to Zoom. So I don't know what the case is, but I do know I offer, because we have Skype for business at our Cégep, and we can access that from our home computers. So the phone calls can come through, and I have had students call me, so I don't give my private number. And so that has helped, and I've actually talked through how to work out things, but it's really their responsibility to try to get up to speed or let me know. And I've told them it's like anything. You send a message on Mio, you send a communique, you load it on Leia, then you say it on Zoom, and you say it over and over and over, and hopefully eventually they'll clue in and say, hey, I gotta get on Zoom. So every method possible, that's what I've found.
Excellent. So, Johanna, that's really great. We're gonna be sharing this with the CEGEP teachers. These 4 tools. You said you
Thank
use the first tool you used, remember, was Google Forms. Then you use the Flip Grid. Was it called?
Flipgrid,
Then you
yes.
use YouTube, your own channel, and then now you also be using Zoom. So
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes, thank you.
So
I hope it was a big help, and it's really thanks to a lot of colleagues sharing the wealth. Basically, that's how it works.
exactly. So super. I appreciate it, and I think teachers will appreciate it as well. So back to work.
Okay, yeah. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
too. My
Bye-bye.
pleasure. Bye now. Stop the recording here.
I trust you enjoyed that presentation by Johanna Wang-Cardinal on useful tools for teaching, useful online tools for teaching ESL to ESL learners at all levels. Thank you, Johanna. It shows the ingenuity and imagination of teachers in responding to this new challenge of teaching online, and I'm sure it will add to teachers' bag of tricks down the road when the live classroom session opens, if it does. So if you have a teaching experience or a success in online teaching you'd like to share, please contact me, Frank at frankbunkowski.com, and I'd be happy to talk to you and share your experiences with other teachers. So see you in the next episode of Little Rascals. Bye now.